Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this week's edition of Sketch Sunday, where my friend Crystal and I go back and revisit Christy's from Christy's Beautiful Life, her 30 Days of Sketches series, all 4 series. And this week Crystal chose our sketch, and it's a sketch from the Hip Kit Club. It was done by Jana McCarthy, and it goes back to day 16 of series 2. And this is a fun layout. I love these. There's a little bit of mixed media. Everything is sort of central to the page. Lots of interest and fun layering. So let's see what I was able to do with this week's sketch. And there is my take on it. And this layout doubles as a project I did for one of the challenges in the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. It was our Kit Club party this past weekend, and I always love doing the Grab 5 challenges, so this doubles as the Grab 5 challenge. And the 5 items we had to use on our layout were wood veneer, cork, stickers, pattern paper, and tags. So that was fun, and I love sort of the earthy feel of this one. I had already dug out this paper pad from Again and Again, Pink Paisley's Again and Again, because during the party, Christina also puts up a list of 10 items that we use for sort of like bonus points over the entire weekend, and one of them was paper pads, and I've been meaning to get this paper pad out and use it. So the papers pretty much all come from that paper pad. So I stayed fairly true to the sketch this time. Maybe I extended it out a little bit. I have a feeling that my photos are maybe a little bit larger. These may have been 3x4s. But other than that, I stayed pretty true. But I've become, my lovely friend Helen, you've got me addicted to these filling the corners. I've come to the point now where if I don't either do the Christy fold over the corner or a little bit of tearing with some paper in the back, I have to fill the corner a la Helen. So I've added that. But other than that, as I say, I stayed fairly true. And lately, I really have been enjoying and using my stencils a lot. And here, I just went very, very subtle. I just used my Paige Evans. It's sort of like the bubble stencil. And the Vicky Bouton iridescent glaze. And I am almost through that entire pot, which for me is amazing, and I love it. It gives just a lovely little shimmery, subtle effect. So to sort of frame my photos and all of this lovely cluster, I just went around what would be the outside with that stencil and the iridescent glaze. I put just a little bit up here in the corner where I was going to have that little corner cluster. Got my 2 photos out, and I just did the one layer here, because I had a feeling that in the back here a lot of the layering were little bits tucked in, and that's sort of the way I chose. That is the way I chose to go. So I mounted these up on foam and layered them together, and these 2 photos are from really the story that, it's not a big story, it's just a very everyday photo. It was of our big snowstorm this year. We have had a very, in a way, easy winter. There's been a lot of jumping around. I mean, temperatures going from like -20 to +2 in 24 hours. But we had not had a lot of snow or icy conditions or big snowstorms at all this year. And in fact, this is February. I think it was maybe the 5th or 6th or somewhere around there. It was really our first major, but it was a big one. We had over 50 centimeters of snow, and I just snapped these pictures out taking a walk the next day so that I could send to my friends Amy and Becky in our little Nouveau chat group. So I sent them a photo of all of this snow, and I thought I would just record our first major snowstorm. So I popped these up on foam, and then I went into this paper pad and took a couple of the papers, cut them to tag shapes, and I had this beautiful burlap tag that I got from Spiegel Mom Scraps, one of the lovely February kits that I got that came with some great wood veneer, the burlap tags, and some lovely Shimmers products. Got that in here. And then, I'm quite proud of this, I went way back into my stash and I got a couple of brads out instead of putting twine through all 3 tags. That seemed a little bit too jumbled and too much for me. So I went in and I just got some jute thread that I had, which sort of goes with the cork, the wood, and the burlap, and put that through the burlap tag, and then just put 2 brads in these tags, pop them behind the photo. I popped the top up here on foam, and this tag, I just left it as it is. I tucked it in and glued it in the back. And then I had some snowflake wood veneer in my stash, so I dug those out, but I found they sort of just faded into the background a little bit. They were quite pale, so I dug out some Stampin' Up! Ink. I think it's suede. Yeah, the suede color, brown suede or whatever that color is, and just did a little bit of inking quite lightly just to give them a little bit more depth. I took some cork. I have a sheet of cork in my stash, which that is also very old, probably about 10 years old. Very, very thin cork, so I just cut a strip of that, finished it off a little tag-like, but in the end, didn't really use it as that, and used it a little bit as these layers that I felt that were tucked in behind. So I tucked in a piece here, tucked in a little bit of a sticker here. This is the part that I cut off from this sticker up here at the top, tucked it in there, tucked a little sticker here just to give a little bit of layering here, put a little shimmery enamel dot in 2 sizes to finish off this little cluster. Did the same kind of thing over here, this little piece of cork, one of the wood veneer snowflakes, and I popped this little tag in the back. That comes from my How to Kill a Kit with Style February kit, another little enamel dot. This little cluster up here, I had, of course, the stenciling, wood veneer, a little sticker, and then another little enamel dot. I tucked a sticker in here, which is just everyday life, which gave another, you see here, there seems to be a little bit of maybe something popped up here, so I used that with this idea, the wood veneer, and then my title, which is simply Hello Winter. These are some puffy stickers from Evalicious, so I must have received these for sure. I got these in a Secret Not Secret Kit Club at some point, because I don't think I've actually ever bought Evalicious, and these are lovely, and they're sort of, they are puffy stickers, but they sort of have like a little bit of a cork idea behind them, so I used that. Some chipboard that I had here, which was from a One Canoe 2 collection, and this I think I got 2 sets of these, one in a Secret Not Secret Kit Club kit and one in a grab bag. So there you go. There is my take on this week's sketch. I love it. It was a fun one to do, and it was quite easy. Once I sort of had the idea and I paired it with the Grab 5 challenge, it all came together quite quickly for me. I'm a slow scrapper and I enjoy taking my time, but this probably came together for me in maybe 40 minutes or so, which is quite fast for me. So are you a fast scrapper, a slow scrapper? Do you just like really take your time to enjoy the process? That is part of the reason I scrapbook, is a creative outlook as well. So tell me down below, you pump out the layouts or you take your time and enjoy the entire process. So join us again next week. Please don't forget to go on down below and see Crystal's take on this week's sketch. And I will also, of course, have Christy's channel linked so that you can go back and watch all 4 series if for some reason you've missed some or you just want to refresh your memory. See you next week. Thanks for being here. Bye.